In this grade 12's business studies video, we are looking at the May-June scope for your paper 1 examination. We are going to go through the study plan of how you should go about studying for the June examination. So there are specific topics in business studies that only relate to your paper 1. So you need to know which of those topics relate specifically to paper 1 and which of them you can leave for paper 2. The good news is I now offer once-off live virtual classes to help you with your last-minute preparations for your exam papers. The timetable you are looking at shows you the upcoming virtual class date so that you can book for your papers accordingly. Booking your session is very simple and affordable. All you have to do is send me an email on the email address you are seeing on the screen, and on the subject line write exam prep. Section A of your question paper will encompass questions that will be based on two main topics, and those main topics are business environments and business operations. There are subtopics that fall under business environments as well as business operations. So when we are talking about business environments, we are talking about topics like legislation, we are talking about topics like the business sector as well as business strategies. And when we move on to business in operations, we are talking about the human resource function and quality of performance. In section A, what you can expect to happen is that it's going to be compulsory questions that are going to be a mix of all of those questions that are both from the business environment and business operations. So next, you're just going to see some few examples if you are unfamiliar with how the question paper will look. So in section A, you have to answer all of the question, starting with 1.1, which is going to be multiple choice. You will notice that with this multiple choice, at least 3 questions will be from business environment and the last 2 will be out of business operations. That is if they're not dividing it 3-3 in terms of questions, but most times you will have 5 questions, 2 out of business environment and the other 2 coming from business operations, meaning all of the topics that are encompassed in those. Then you will have a section where you have to fill in the missing word. So they will give you words in a word box. All of those words that you're given in the word box, again, are a mix of topics that come from both the business environments as well as business operations. Looking at this example, you will see that 1.2.1 is from legislations as well as 1.2.2, and then 1.2.3 comes out of human resource functions, 1.2.4 comes out of quality of performance, and then 1.2.5 goes back to legislations. By the way, the question paper as well as the memo are linked in the description box below, so you can use them to practice. The other part of section A is going to be a matching column that you will find in 1.3. Again, it's going to be a mix of topics that come out of business environments as well as business operations. So you see 1.3.1 talks of job description, that is the human resource function coming from business operation. Quality is quality of performance, again business operations. Quota is legislation. Forward vertical integration is business strategies, and BEE is legislations, all coming from business environments. Section B needs you to have a clear outline of what it is expected out of your main topics. So you will see that it is divided by main topics. So in question 2 will be strictly out of business environments. So that is legislation, business strategies, and the business sector. All of those videos are already made on this channel. So if you're looking for notes on legislations, you can find them in this channel, as well as your business strategies. Now, in question 3, that's where you will be moving on to business operations. So you will see that is the human resource functions, which we have also made a video on, as well as quality of performance. It is in question 4 where we have miscellaneous topics. Miscellaneous topics just simply means that a portion of question 4 will be on business environments and the other portion will be on business operations. So it's basically just integrated, or rather mixed. Now, when it comes to a study plan, when you are wanting to know how can you best study for business studies, especially if you are on a time crunch, as you can see that your section B is going to be divided. So meaning that when you get to section B, you will be required to only answer 2 of the questions. So if you had studied business environment only, for example, that's going to mean that you will then choose question 2 in your section B, which means that in section C also you will also choose an essay that is related to business environments. So what I'm saying to you is that you can get away with just studying only one of the main topics. The only catch I will have for you is for section A, because section A, it is mixed and it is compulsory. But as far as section B and section C are concerned, you can easily get away with just focusing on one main topic. Let's say the main topic you choose is business operations. When you choose business operations, it means that you're going to spend majority of your time, of your study time, mastering human resource function and quality of performance, knowing very well that when you comes to section A, any question that pops up on human resource and quality of performance, you will be able to master it. And then you can take your chances with all of the questions that will come related to business environments. And then when you move on to section B, you will then choose question 3 and question 4. Question 3, you will be all sorted because it will only be on business operations, and that would be the topic that you have studied, right? So you have already mastered your human resources, you have already mastered your quality of performance, so you have no issues there. Then with your question 4, you know that half of it is going to be on business operations and the other on business environments. The portion that is for business operations, you can guarantee your own marks for it. And then the little time that you have had left in your studies, maybe you can apply it to answer some of the questions that will fall to business environments. This is only if you are on a time crunch. Otherwise, I feel like paper 1 is easy because all in all, it encompasses only of 5 topics. That is legislation, business strategies, business sector, human resource function, and quality of performance. So if you started studying early, then you should have covered all of it. Section C is the essay section of your question paper. Question 5 is going to be on business environments, meaning that the essay will either be on any of the legislations or it's going to be on business strategies. Business sector does not necessarily have essays, so you can expect 2 forms of essays: legislation or business strategies. If you choose to focus on business operations, that would mean that for section C, you will choose question 6. So your essay will either be on quality of performance or on the human resource function. Now, on this channel, we have already done the essay predictions for paper 1, and we have already talked about how you can go about choosing which topics to prepare for in terms of your paper 1. So if you haven't seen that video, I urge you right now to go look for that video. It's the essay predictions for the June 2025 examination. So you can just type it up in your search bar, or you can just go look for it. So if you haven't seen this video, go make sure that you watch that video. I think it will do you some good. And don't forget to book your sessions for your exam preparation virtual classes. You can email me at any time. To have YouTube recommend you more of my videos, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below.